RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. Yeah. Wasn't gonna do it. Told myself, nah, not today. I actually don't feel like talking. And then start thinking how the anniversary for the open carry, for this whole thing, this Hugger AR owner thing that I got going on. It's been almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years on October 24th. I will be doing an anniversary open carry demonstration that day, probably right here in Cedar Rapids where I birthed this whole thing. And yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. 6 years, 6 years. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try. I'm currently trying to get a little pad, like a paper pad where you can like pull sheets off of it. I want it to be big enough that it can be seen from the street, so that people driving by can see what it is that I'm doing. Because I want to get 100 hugs in a day, and I'm going to sign each one off this little tearaway page to show, and it'll be right on there, right on the page. I might have to go to Copyworks or something to get this shit cracking, but it's gonna say right on there what number out of 100 hugs you were, while I'm trying to get 100 hugs in a day. And I'm also buying some merch to give away, maybe like 6 or 7 pieces, and I'm gonna draw numbers from, you know, a bucket or something, from 1 to 100, and the 7 numbers that I pick are going to get a choice of whatever free merch I'm gonna bring out there to the streets. And so I'll have that going on. And I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get 100 hugs. And I think what I want to do is not try to see if I can get 100 hugs during my fucking open carry. I really want to not fucking leave until I get 100 hugs. Yeah, let's see how that goes. But that's what's going on for the 6-year anniversary of the Hugger AR owner open carry demonstration on October 24th. That's in less than a month away. It's gonna be dope. What up, Mikey, Rick James, Nanya? Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, share the live stream that day. The problem is that I get a lot of my live streams killed, so I might do a soft live stream that day, but then I'm actually going to just record to my phone this anniversary open carry demo to try to get 100 hugs in a day. I'm just going to record it to my phone. That way it can't be lost. It'd be a damn shame for me to get to hug, 62, and then I lose my live stream. All of that to be gone. Yeah, fuck all that, because YouTube play a lot. They getting more and more strict with what they will allow in a live stream. And of course they don't like a gun being handled in a live stream, which is crazy to me, because I've never seen anybody die right in front of me, but thanks to YouTube and Instagram, I've seen a lot of deaths as if I were, almost like I was there. It's kind of crazy. They claim that there's a censorship to protect me, a grown-ass man. Anyway, I don't need your protection. I never asked you for that. You should have asked me what level of protection I need, and then just let me go for it. Show me whatever it is that I seek, or whatever I'm comfortable with seeing. Some people don't like seeing that shit. It's not like I like seeing it. It's a different thing. There's something about the awareness of what the fuck is really going on, what the world really is. That would include the violence too. And if there's something to learn from witnessing this violence through this social media that says they're trying to protect you from, harmful content, no the fuck they not. They've been the only reason why I've seen this shit, so they can kiss my dick about that dumb shit. I hate when they try to talk past people's intelligence like I can't see them. Like, it's actually ridiculous. But they don't fuck with the live stream shit, and I'm not gonna lose my shit fucking around with them in a live stream. So I'll do a light live stream that day just to talk to y'all and shit. But then I'm gonna have to record some footage that day, and then expeditiously crank out maybe a 3-part set. May I do like 30 hugs per video until I get to the 100 or whatever. 33. Huh? Let's do 33 and some cliffhangers, and just make like 3 episodes out of recording to my phone for the open carry that day. That'd be good. I might bring some roses out there too, just to just do it up. So it'll be some free merch given away to whoever draws the lucky number between 0 and 100, 7 lucky numbers. I think I'm gonna do 7 pieces. It's gonna be dope, man. 6 years, and I feel good about 6 years because it feels like nothing, and I know that I ain't satisfied, and I do 6 more like it's nothing all over again. No matter what the fuck is going on, any haters. We ain't really had too many police like really get on us. Maybe down Austin, Texas. If you ain't heard that story, the Austin, Texas open carry demo got a little spicy. Yeah, got a little spicy down there, and that's okay because we handled that in the smooth way that you would expect for me to handle some shit like that. I'm here unscathed to tell the story of what happened when sheriffs ran down on us doing the open carry demo, Capitol Grounds, Austin, Texas. Right? It's a story, and it's fucking awesome, kind of crazy, kind of eerie. I think I got set up that day. I'm not quite sure, but it feels like it. And all I ask is that things not look exactly like something when so much is on the line, and it just happened to look like I possibly got set up that day, which is crazy because they passed some AR-15 gun law, I think, down in Texas, or maybe on the federal level that very day. So how crazy would it have been if I would have got my ass smoked and or arrested or some shit in Austin, Texas on the day that they passed some gun control, either statewide in Texas or on the federal level, about that AR-15 that I was doing the open carry about. You know, so yeah, I discovered a lot with doing this open carry shit about myself and about the world, and I did not expect everything to be the way it is right now. I did not expect this when I got out here to do this. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I'm very proud of myself for coming up with this idea to do this in the way that I did it. The protection is kind of inherent in the plan to get out here in this way with the sign and all of that. The long track record that I got of being harmless. I wish I would have, somebody brought it up to me, and I wish I would have did this, but this is just how like unorganized I am sometimes, and how I never really had this big of a plan for it. I wanted to do it. I knew I was going to do it multiple times, but it turned into something different when I actually got out here. But I wish I would have been counting the hugs from the start. Somebody asked me how many hugs, and I was like, damn, I don't know. And that's crazy. That's when I came up with the idea to get 100 in a day. If I can't tell you how many hugs it's been since I started, I'll fucking show you 100 in a day. In one day, that's what we aiming for. No pun intended. And it's gonna be a beautiful day, man. I can't wait. But not counting the day, not counting the hugs is crazy. But I know how many shots that I've had to fire or that have been fired at me. I know that number's 0. So there's that to consider. Been doing this for almost 6 years. Never had to fucking fire on nobody. Ain't nobody never fire on me. A couple people might get like slightly aggressive. Never nothing serious. And even in the midst of all of that, you can see me in these videos, like the one I had with the drunk guy. The drunk guy showed up trying to fight me and Cuz, trying to tell us to put our guns down to fight. Wanted to physically fight over me legally, lawfully, and naturally living my constitutional rights that he would claim to be in support of, or he's the real American, when he's the only one willing to be violent about a different opinion about this political shit. And that's crazy for him to be calling us out to a fight. He's about fucking 6-7 feet from me, about 7-8 feet from me. You can see this in the video, calling me out to a fight, talking about what he's gonna do to me. And you can also see the different dynamics between me and Cuz in this video. You can go find the video. I had to link it in the comments or something. I'll go find it and link it in the comments later. But this video is kind of crazy. We doing this open carry demo, and the drunk guy showed up, not really liking the fact that we was openly carrying, calling us out to a fight. Now, Cuz was with all the smoke. Cuz was talking that shit. Cuz was ready for him to do something. We wanted him to just, let's get violent with it then. Not that Cuz was eager to like pull a trigger on this dude, but this is a stand your ground state, and he appeared to be very ominous and threatening, and he couldn't act like that towards no cops without getting some swift and dominating reaction from the police. The police wouldn't stand by and let him act like that to them. He would have been cuffed. He would have been subdued. And if he wanted to fight in the midst of being subdued, that would have turned into whatever the cops wanted it to. But I, being a citizen with no illusion to hide behind, I got to prove that this man is more of a threat than you can't talk like that or approach an officer in that way. Like the police guys have an illusion to to be out here in these streets with this illusion of authority that will afford them some comfort for them to be jerks when they not even tough like that. You know, so when you see a cop acting like that and people say, oh, you won't be that tough without the badge, people that back the blue say, oh, that's what you're saying now to this former military cop. But yeah, all the cops ain't former military and buff and like really know how to kick ass like that, so stop pretending that. The gates are open for all types of pussies to get involved with this, including women that are 4-5 inches shorter than me. I might be damn near 100 pounds more. Well, probably not 100 pounds. I'm probably got 50 pounds on some of these female officers. It's like, you really rocking with the illusion, because there's no way in hell that you really think that you my boss about nothing. You know you're not. You know you're not my boss, shorty. How you gonna do this? How you gonna make me do anything? You're gonna need that gun. You better hope I'm not better at that than you are. I'm way more aggressive as a man, just the testosterone in and of itself. If you know the science behind testosterone, don't play me when you know better that the higher level of testosterone in my body from a fucking female cop is going to drive me to be in tune with the physical stature that will accompany this fucking nature that you goddamn fucking know in a fight to the death. This female officer is not she ain't no match for me, and you know it. She's going to need that gun for sure. She's going to need backup. No, there's just no competition. There's no competition between me and her, right? But this is what this illusion will do. That same female cop can control 100 gorilla-ass fucking men. All they had to do is want to be law-abiding citizens or being scared of what their repercussions are if they deny or defy this woman's orders. And she can control 100 gorilla-ass men. Crazy. That's powerful. You know, but doing this open carry demonstration shit is a challenge to that. I want to see if one of those guys will show up and be a jerk. And it's way too late, because look at how long I've been going with this, proving myself to be huggable. No one has ever really felt any justified desire or duty to be negative towards me. I always extend the hug to everybody. This is how I'm winning this shit. It's an undisputed, undeniable win for me to do this in this way. I'm proving a lot every time I step out there and do that shit. Especially for, you know, damn near 6 years. That's pretty good. But hey, I did want to say this though, in regards to gun ownership. Like I used to really speak on it a lot in my Facebook days when I did this on Facebook, because that's where I started when I was doing this. It was just Facebook. I never intended on really being a YouTuber. I really didn't care. I just wanted to get to whatever format or platform that I felt I was well versed in and was getting some communication and some understanding. And I just got up there and got on Facebook, but Facebook got me out of there quick with a hard ban. I can't even make a new Facebook. So there's that. But you know, I used to say a lot, man, that you know, these gun rights are worldwide natural gun rights. To focus in on Second Amendment, the Gadsden flag, and the Constitution, you're half-stepping when you do that. It's not about America. It's not about what they wrote on paper making us special or more free than another fucking country. This needs to be a worldwide understanding. When I say woo bang, this gun shit is for everybody, I mean everybody in the world, not just the country. Like, everybody is tunnel vision, and y'all don't even notice it. Won't even fucking shift your perspective when I point it out to you. That you got this national perspective on gun rights as if this is not for the whole fucking world, and that this might be the problem. Have you noticed that the countries that you say are not as good as America have long since, most of them have long since gotten rid of free and unfettered gun ownership for the citizens? That does something, you know. That sets you up for something too. I wouldn't give a fuck if there's a country that did that and they think that the crime rate went down and now they're all safer and blah blah blah. Okay, your day will come. Your day will come, because where you are right now, would you be comfortable if a dictator took over your country or the fucking world? Now, how would you feel? You got to prepare for the worst with this shit. And giving up the guns even on a fucking sunshine day, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how happy they made this country. You couldn't say, man, the crime rate went down, all type of shit. Man, get them guns are what you need it for. Everybody chilling. I'm like, but what about the day when nobody wants to chill? Then what? You ain't gonna never. If I see an awesome picture of a white sand beach somewhere on some remote island with the sunset and the exotic birds fucking flying over the shoreline as the water fucking washes up on the beach, and you can even see, you know, women and kids playing in the background. So I don't give a fuck how sweet you think that image is. I always imagine myself walking on the beach with my AR. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I'm never going to be comfortable in a world like this ever, that I'm never going to not need that shit. It's just weird to me, man. We are hornets, man, with stingers, man. Expect the stinger. I don't give a fuck. I don't feel no level of comfort. I can be like, oh, because the sun is shining bright and the air is clean and crisp and the temperature's just right. And women are hula dancing in fucking skirts or doing some, I don't give a fuck how, like, back home in your ancestry you could fucking make a place on Earth. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'll be there at the luau or the barbecue or whatever the fuck we got going on with the AR. Sorry, it's too late. Too late for that. It's too late for all that peace shit. I'm never going to believe it ever. Never in any fucking level of consciousness am I going to accept an illusion of peace or safety or security from somebody else like it ain't up to me. You ain't gonna never be able to get me to do that, bro. Never. It's too late. I'm spoiled. It spoiled me. This shit is spoiled it for me. No trust. Fuck out of here. I can't go. And the whole world is in the situation that it's in, considering all of the details and gun ownership and how that has been viewed worldwide, has something to do with the state of the world right now. It's too big of an issue for it to not be calculated into these topics, these global topics, for the power that it deserves. Just like the money, just like history, you cannot, every day is connected to the next. This idea that we should latch on to certain parts of history, while we know we are a species with amnesia, says Graham Hancock. That's a beautiful fucking analogy or way to put it, because that's exactly what it is. We don't even know where we came from. I think our past is way more important than the delusion that they're playing on you right now in the present. They trying to keep you from seeing the past enough to look for a better future and to know how to get there, to see them as a hurdle in that, an obstacle in your path. They in the middle, they fucking all that up. And you ain't gonna even know that unless you know the history. And I think you're supposed to go way back. You're supposed to go back as far as you can possibly go. To stop the examination of history at any point to say, and from here we will examine this to figure out, man, you crazy. That's stupid. You got to go back until you can't go no more. And then you walk me up to present day. You're going to have to do all of that. I want to know it all. I think it all matters. And motherfuckers want to tell me, if I'm not a slave today like it was back then what the fuck relevance does slavery have? That's crazy to me, to think that it doesn't. You are insane. And consider everything else that I always say too. Not falling for the racial divide, I get that. But that don't mean that just because I don't want to fall for the racial divide because I see it for what it is, doesn't mean that I have to ignore or discount the fucking history that brought us so deep into the divide in the first place. I gotta consider that to fucking remedy what the fuck it is that I say the problem is. I have to consider that. Anybody who thinks that that's irrelevant and does not need to be considered is a fucking psycho. You are filtering history to try to come to a better conclusion in present day on what to do for the future. You got a better examination of that than I do. You picking and choosing one part of history you even think is relevant. You ain't know where the fuck you came from, no. Don't talk to me. Everybody think that you can micromanage all of these little things inside of politics to try to guide morality or truth or none of that shit, man. And the school system is fucked up. Where'd it come from? This is a history that people deserve to call, to find out, to understand the history of public school systems and then apply it directly right now. How is that relevant right now? Who's to blame if there's blame to be dished out? And what to do to fix it? And how far do you go in your remedy? Do you go as far as a revolution or filing charges or creating a breakaway society right alongside of them where we just ignore them and start doing things the way we know it's supposed to be? While we ignore everything that they do. That way, if they want our attention, they're going to have to be better at their quote-unquote job, or they're going to have to fucking fight us into compliance. At that time, then you revolt in defense. But to ignite, there's something that can be done. Y'all not using your imagination. Nobody's really trying or nothing. I really do believe that there's, I can almost see it, like Neo in the Matrix, man. All I see is zeros and ones, and all of the shit is connected. I don't see a division between all of the shit that y'all say is divided. Classes, time, and history, and none of that shit. They turn the lights out. If you're a cop, upper middle class and your wife's a fucking doctor or a lawyer or some shit like that, and y'all living pretty good, if they turn the lights out and crash that dollar, who the fuck are you? You gonna way closer to me or people even economically below where I'm at. We're all gonna start to look the same. Give it a little bit of time. Yeah. Because picking out of people that cannot govern themselves and they're saying, but you guys can govern the rest of them, is fucking retarded. And it's a divide and conquer then to get these people who are no better the demand than I am. They might actually be morally flawed and disqualified for even measuring themselves against a motherfucker like me. Fuck you. But it is a divide nonetheless, because they got cops who are just one of us to play that role, to aim more of the guns at us than they do at anything else outside of us to protect. Man, all that shit is stupid, man. What protection, bro? You should have told me that it was my duty to protect me. You should have told me that when I was a kid, and told me that my life might very well depend on it, and you're not exaggerating, and I better fucking pay attention. Then you do the weapons training, and then you do all of the mental guidance that you need for kids to be emotionally stable. They can hypnotize kids to be emotionally stable. They sure as fuck hypnotize them to do all this other fucking nefarious bullshit, to make them candidates for the big pharma medicine bullshit that they're trying to get all the fucking kids lately over every little thing. And I think when they mix that stuff with the school shooters and the descriptions that they tend to give these guys, I think later on they're going to say, I think it might be our best bet to say that if any man has ever been prescribed any of these things where their life story or their emotional imbalances or learning disabilities, ADHD or anything at all, if it ever looks like any of these school shooters that we've been finding, you're disqualified from getting a gun just for being prescribed this fucking medication. Gun control, right? That's what I feel like they're doing, because they doping these kids up with this shit for no reason. The kids can't be kids. My kids are kind of wild, especially my youngest one. He don't need no medication, bro. The boy needs to be, he gets all of the love and attention. He acts like he's deprived, but it's like, dude, when are we not engaged when we in the house? He commands full engagement at all times. And then he gets that, and it's not always good, because he's a wild kid. You know, sometimes there's some turmoil, because he is aggressive as hell. He thinks he's the boss. He's the youngest one in the house, thinks he's the boss. He's doing that shit, right? But to think that what I cannot understand, manipulate inside of a child for the betterment of his behavior and his interaction with other people, what I cannot crack the code on my own child to get the best behavior and openness to learn and stuff, whatever I can't get out of that, I don't need the help of a fucking pill to jump in to fucking help me get it. Use the fucking psychology to figure out your child and then work with it, give it time, be patient. Look for the things that make the kids tick, and then you work with it. But to think that every kid that can't be, what the fuck did you expect from a 3 or 4 year old, that he's gonna sit down, be still, be quiet, and obedient at all times? Shit ain't gonna never happen. The expectation is weird that the kids sit through school. That's weird to me. Y'all thought that shit was gonna work. It sounds like a bad idea. Have you been to school? The fuck is wrong with y'all? Kids don't need no medication, but then they do this shit, man. Because they got a bigger agenda here going on, man. They want America to be so much a part of this global thing that they already said that they wanted, that you can see that we are very much out of place in the midst of description, levels of control, different institutions and influences. You know that we look different than other countries. That's why you like this one so much. So then you'd have to know that if they wanted the one world government that we seem to be just kind of outside of, that they want a one world government system. They want you to be a global citizen, so that global laws and other things, including a digital currency. This is all this, man. Look, they already said all this stuff. It's not a conspiracy theory. You can hear them saying this all the time. They talk about it all the time. Then you see them running a little test. You don't think they did a test on the economy during the C-19 bullshit? They ran multiple tests. It wasn't just about are you sick or not, and then the big pharma shit. They watch the money and watch how things happen. You don't think they took no data, no research? They're not closely paying attention to what the fuck it is. I mean, y'all not giving them enough credit for who they are. They're so calculated in everything that they do. You'd have to say that if they can gain any control from the research and the things that they seem to implement and get involved in, even if it is organic, just know that they are studying and wanting to manage things in a better way. And that's if all of this shit is organic, and you know that it's not. But even if it was, just know that it will always be used against you, like your word. In the court of law, when you talk to cops, they're supposed to be there to protect you, to get the truth, but they say everything you say gonna be used against you. They say this weird shit right in front of you, and y'all accept it. That's fucking strange to me. It's such an awkward thing inside of me to sit back and watch y'all do this, because when they do that shit, I go, fuck you, that's dumb. Who the fuck you think you talking to? And then I look at y'all and y'all be, and I be like, what? How you got that reaction? Why do you like them? Are you insane? Weirdos. Y'all are broken children. They always need like a parent or a father or like this. A grown man just giving into a blind authority of government is just weird to me. I would think that everybody would project what it is that they would try to project onto me, and we cross paths, that you would keep that same energy when I say government think you a bitch. And they think you stupid, and they got a plan that you can look right at, and they think you ain't gonna do nothing even if you can see them. Fuck you gonna do about it though, right? They do this to you. What you think about that? The average man, he'll start looking for excuses to never address that shit again in his life, to get out of the conversation and then to never take his mind there again. That's what some men will do, especially if they hear what it is that I'm saying in the implications. Their duty's calling them to actually stand up and tell government to chill the fuck out, because all of our problems are their fault. Almost all of them. He's not gonna do that. He don't want that smoke like that. He'd rather just go along and get along. And this is what's wrong, man. This is what's wrong with the whole world. The whole fucking world like that, full of tough guys that don't want to do shit. Y'all scared of what? The dying. Are you gonna escape death by avoiding them? Death gonna get you. The Reaper is surfing. He gonna get your ass. What the fuck are you doing then? Biding your time. Like a bitch. Scared as fuck. Man, whatever. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a gun. I'm very envious of this shirt. I wish I would have came up with this. It says land of the free with a big ass question mark, and you know that it ain't free. Stop playing. They can't even keep the fucking Constitution consistent between states. Y'all are all interpreting the Constitution is being interpreted in different ways nationwide. So much so that there's political movements from people in California going to places like Texas and Arizona and maybe even Nevada for political reasons, like the laws and things, the way things go just seem to be better. And then they go over there and start complaining that it ain't more like California. It's a cancer. It's a cancer. That's what it sounds like when you say it. And I don't gotta like it. Wu Bang get a gun today. Fuck them. They want you under global control, and it's obvious. It's not a conspiracy theory. They say it all the time. If you take them serious, when you hear them say that even one time, all you gotta do is just hear somebody say it one time. All you gotta do is hear Klaus Schwab say that shit one time. Bill Gates, hear him say anything on a global scale one time. These are guys that you can't vote for, but look how hard and heavy their hand is. All in your shit. They are all in your shit, right? They about to give you the shocker and you like it. Because the gov love and all your freaky shit is blowing my mind, because y'all are the bitch in a relationship being bent over all the time, and you appear to like it. A vote for the lesser two evils, it looks like a vote for love. They don't know you're voting for lesser two evils, and you're skeptical of the fucking system, and you feel cornered and you don't know what to do, but you cast the vote because you think this might be the best way based on maybe 1 or 2 or 3 talking points or particular issues, while you ignore all of the bad shit that both of these candidates are bringing to the table. You look like you love them, pussy. Shut your bitch ass up. You look like you love them. Man, y'all crazy. I'm gonna come back and read the comments later on. Peace and love to y'all, man. I don't know what's really going on and why people just can't call the world what it really is, so that we can just start giving like real definitions of what's going on, so that we can actually address it. If y'all refuse to call this shit what it is, how the fuck you gonna fix it if you won't call that what it is? What if this isn't an attempt right now to get global control over the whole world that will call for tremendous, life-changing alterations to life in America, as far as speech, the money system, major laws, gun control. They will have to change all of that to get America to fit into the one world picture that they want to paint for us. They got to change America big time so that we look like everybody else. Because they want these global laws inside of your global citizenship to be relatively consistent globally, which means that we are going to look more like other countries. They're not going to start giving these other countries gun rights back to make the uniformity that they want inside of this, make everybody look like America. You know that's not what they're going to do. It's going to be in the opposite direction, and it's undebatable. And if you're just okay with that, then you can do all of the hating, all of the trolling, all of the fucking misguided aggression that might be out there. You barking up the wrong fucking tree, shut your bitch ass up. I'm talking about global control. Do you see it or not? Talk to me about that. What do you think should be done? Do you think that we should just let them do this, or is there something that can be done? Answer that question. Wouldn't it be better off if we took the moral high ground to do something that did not involve violence, that will stop their show so that they had to pay attention to us? Does that sound like a good idea to you? Yes or no? This is what I'm really saying. Just say, well, then what is it? Okay, well, then do it then. That type shit. Anything else y'all want to talk about? You probably off the mark. Shut your goofy ass up. Okay, man, I gotta go into work. I don't know who killed Carson, whatever the fuck. I don't know who that is. Rick James is look like he owned his ass though. Rick, if you can give me the lowdown on who that is or what they were saying. I was saying a whole bunch of periods and shit, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if they were saying that everything I was saying was a point, period, whatever. I don't know. If that was somebody hating and trolling, nobody who is hating and trolling like that are actually addressing me about what it is that I'm actually saying while they're trolling. The two things don't even be going together. I'll be saying something and they'll be in there trolling about something else that ain't got too much or nothing to do with me at all. That's what usually be happening. I never really see like a direct real troll saying, Trey, you said this about government business, and either it's dangerous that you would say that and that's wrong, or you're inaccurate about this when you said that. That's not how that works. I never get a troll or a hater to address me about shit that I'm actually saying. There's always some other weird ass shit that's got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me driving a Toyota. None of that will make me a Toyota manufacturer or mechanic or a salesman. None of that. That's not what that is. If I drive a Toyota and I said that I like it. Super simple to understand. You could not call me a mechanic. If you said I must be a Toyota mechanic or a car salesman, and I'm not, you're super crazy. That shit is undebatable. Especially if you say, and that's my point of contention now, because you're really a car salesman and you won't just say that. It's like, then why have a car salesman? It would just be weird to just take everything I'm saying off into a tangent in that direction. And that's what this one particular hater seems to do. Him and maybe one or two of his brain dead friends. Sebastian is the one doing the trolling? Charmed one. So you're saying that Sebastian is really Kill Carson and he's trolling me, causing problems? I don't know, because whoever Travis, Rick James is deleting his stuff too, so I don't know what's being said there. I don't really know, man, but I got to go inside. Y'all can give me the low in the chat right here to let me know what's going on, to try and get me up to speed to what's happening. But I guarantee, though, whoever in the comments trolling and hating, I bet you they're not willing to address me about what it is that I'm actually talking about. It'll be something else. It'll be something else, I guarantee it. Stupid. Okay, he's been trolling Zach for a long time. I didn't think he was. I thought him and Zach were cool. Man, listen. It's crazy that my activism never really gets me trolls like I'm getting from the gematria shit. That shit is blowing my mind right now, really. And that's weird because somebody was telling me to stop fucking with the gematria community because the only thing it's going to do is bring trouble. And I was like, why would it bring trouble that me and other people agree that gematria is interesting and I follow the work and I like the work and I think it applies? Why would that lead to any kind of drama towards me that I would have to deal with anything? Why would that? I'm a fan of other YouTube channels, and I comment all in the comments and shit, and I support the work. And then I tell people who in other channels that don't support the work that maybe they fucking dumb or they don't know what the fuck is going on, because I like the work, but I never get this response. It only turns into this other stuff when it's y'all. Why is y'all doing this? Like, what the fuck is really going on? For real. Man, I don't know, man. But Jesus fucking Christ, man. Man, if somebody can give me a rundown about what just happened here, I'll come back and read the comments later. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a gun today, man.